Well, can you imagine what life in the royal family is really like? It's probably just like this. Having the future Queen as a childhood friend, relaxing with the Cambridges on a private island, or spending 3 decades as Princess Margaret's lady-in-waiting.
I do dream of it. I do dream.
Yes, out loud sometimes.
That's exactly what Lady Glenconner did. Recently, I caught up with the Palace Insider for a peek behind the curtain. And with a royal resume so fabulous, she was even portrayed in The Crown. Lady Glenconner had some very intriguing stories to share. 277 million people around the globe watched the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. But while all eyes were focused on the incoming monarch, her maid of honour, a young Lady Glenconner, was hoping she didn't steal the show for the wrong reason.
I was next door to a wonderful gentleman called Black Rod, and he saw me swaying, and he put his arm and pinioned me to the pillar, and it just gave me enough time, you know, to feel okay again. But it was a very, very uncomfortable moment, and I thought, I just can't faint in front of millions and billions of people.
Growing up with the future Queen and Princess Margaret as playmates, Lady Glenconner was always destined for a royal life. You went on to become Princess Margaret's lady-in-waiting. Can you explain to us what exactly a lady-in-waiting does?
Well, a lady-in-waiting, she chose friends, people that she knew. Part of our duties were to do thank you letters. When we went to big cocktail parties, I knew who she wanted to speak to. So I'd go and find them and bring them back. And if she was having an animated conversation with somebody else, I'd wait until I thought it was the right moment. And then I'd introduce the next person. Also, I always found out where the lavatory was, so that, and I always told them what she liked to drink. I tried to make her life as easy, really, as possible.
If we're to believe all the stories, what Princess Margaret liked to drink, that may have been a long list, Lady Glenconner.
No, because she liked drinking a gin and tonic at lunchtime, and then she would drink whiskey in the evening. So she never drank wine or anything else, actually. Just those 2 drinks she liked.
In her 31 years alongside the rebellious royal, Lady Glenconner helped her out of many sticky situations, including on their 1975 trip to Australia. The pair's antics were even chronicled in the hit series The Crown.
Or Clive.
Clive? He's married.
So are you.
Yes, I do know that.
A role the lady herself helped perfect.
Helena Bonham Carter, who was an actress, a friend of mine, rang me up and said, I'm playing Princess Margaret. Can I come and have tea with you, come and see you? And I'd like to ask some questions, you know, about Princess Margaret. And in fact, she was there for nearly 2 hours taking notes, and I told her how Princess Margaret smoked. It was all like a sort of Chinese tea ceremony. She always lit her own cigarette. She would never let anybody else light it. And I used to sometimes see these poor men advancing without lighters. I knew she'd say, no, I'm going to light my own.
But it was the Caribbean island of Mustique that really put Lady Glenconner on the map. Purchased by her husband, Colin Tennant, in 1958, it became a tropical haven for the rich and the fabulous. Even the Queen headed to the beach for some R&R.
And that was why the Queen swam in Macaroni Bay in Mustique. She never swims, you know, like that. Anyway, she felt so relaxed and knew she wouldn't be photographed. One of the men who helped run the island with Colin was taking some people past the following week, and he said, you know, the Queen swam here last week and we haven't changed the water since.
But the antics didn't stop there. Lady Glenconner rubbed shoulders with the likes of Mick Jagger and Rupert Everett, enticing stars to the island with a string of elaborate parties.
The gold party was the first one with Bianca Jagger. And Unfortunately, I painted my face gold, which was a great mistake because I couldn't sort of move it, you know, because it's all cracked. Bianca looked wonderful, and she came in on a sort of litter covered in gold, with 4 wonderful local boys oiled up with coconuts placed strategically down below. And the photographs went around the world. And Princess Margaret had a wonderful gold dress. She said, to Colin, I really like my dress. It makes me feel like a proper princess.
Now she's put it all down on paper, releasing a new novel set on the island.
Not only is it a murder mystery, but I feel in the book that I take people to Mustique. I show them around Mustique, because most people will never be able to go there. And yet it's very well known. So, and it's a great book, especially for COVID. You know, it's a thriller, and I hope it will amuse people.
Have you managed to weave in any characters based on your own family or the friends, or certainly the people the fabulous people who visited the island?
That's a $1 million question. Yes, well, of course. I had to be careful, because you have to be careful about writing about people, but quite a lot of my characters are based on people I know, yes. 1 or 2 people in Mustique too. I just hope they won't recognise themselves, but they might.
In her 88 years, Lady Glenconner has seen her fair share of royal feuds, including Harry and Meghan's controversial move.
I knew him when he was a little boy because my nanny, who looked after my children, Barbara Barnes, went to look after Prince William and Harry when Prince William was born. She went. And so I used to see them quite a lot because I used to visit her at Kensington Palace to see them. They're both such lovely little boys. And Harry was really sweet, very nice. It just seemed sad that they felt they had to leave. I hope he's having a wonderful time there. He's devoted to his little boy, I know. I think he must miss some of his friends. You know, he had so many friends here. He was in the army, and he did some marvellous things here, like the Invictus Games.
And what about her Norfolk neighbours, William and Kate?
I've got huge admiration I've had for the Cambridges. I think they've been absolutely wonderful. They've really stepped up to the mark, especially during COVID here. They're on television, they visit people, they're always doing something. And they've really, I think, are splendid.
Splendid.
Isn't she fabulous?
Isn't she fabulous?
Talk about Royal Insider. That's about as inside as you get. Grew up with the royals.
That's as inside as the morning show has ever been.
Worked with them.
And I've just realised too, Kylie, if you don't mind me, cutting in on you, I am your lady in waiting. Because when we go out, I let you know where the toilets are. I get drinks for you, and if you're if you're looking a little sad or not so animated talking to someone, I'll come in and that
rescue
signal
me?
we do.
Okay. You are my gentleman in waiting. You can pick up a copy of Lady Glenconner's new novel. It is called Murder on Mustique. It is out now.
Yeah, lovely.
But I do have to share something with you.
Okay.
As, of course, she is in London and time differences, that was a pre-recorded interview. So I want to share with you what happened when I first started the interview, and I got one vital fact a little bit wrong.
Uh-oh. And Lady Anne Glenconner joins us live from Norfolk.
Sorry, I'm Lady Glenconner.
Oh, you don't say so you don't say the Anne?
No.
So you say Lady Glenconner?
I'm Lady Glenconner, because if I put in the Anne, it means I'm the daughter of an earl.
Oh, okay. And so I'll call you Lady Glenconner.
Yes, just call me Lady Glenconner.
Sorry, we are just convicts down here. We just don't get things right. Don't get things right like that.
Just call me Lady Glenconner. That would be great.
Love you. And then when I'm talking to you then throughout the interview, how do I then refer to you? Still Lady Glenconner?
Yes, I think
can't
so,
just
yes.
slip an Anne in there, no.
Well, yes, I mean, you could say Anne. I don't mind. Call me Anne if you want.
No, Lady Glenconner would be lovely.
No, call me whatever you like.
Just not late for dinner. OK, we'll start again.
Oh, you have a wonderful way with the royals, Kylie. Wonderful way.
Anyway, she was absolutely beautiful, and I wish I could go and stay in her palace and...
Well, you wouldn't, because you're just going to off with your head. But I agree with what all of our audience is thinking at the moment. best part of the interview. That was great. Good stuff.